Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you guys how to create a table of contents, also how to create a list of tables in a Word document. So as you can see, I do have my Word document here. This Word document, I've got the main heading here. Then I also have got the subheading. Then I've got table number 1. Then I also have got subheading. Then I also have got table number 2. So the goal here is for me to be able to pick this one, the main heading, also the subheadings as well. Then I also want to have a list of tables. A list of tables here is just like a table of contents for tables basically. So I want to have that as well. As it stands right now, if I try to add the table of contents, you'll notice that I won't have any table. I won't have any headings picked here. As you can see, my table of contents, nothing has been picked, no table of contents entries found. So the reason why we don't have any entries which has been found is because by default, not necessarily by default, Microsoft Office is treating this text as just normal text. This text that I'm calling the main heading here is treated as just normal text. And how do I know that this is normal text? If I click on that text, you can see here that this is just a normal text. This is highlighted here, which means that the type of the text that we have here is just normal text. So the software treats it as just normal text, not as something which is worthy to have on the table of contents. So for me to be able to have this being picked by this table of contents, I have to change this into some kind of a heading. So I have to highlight my main text here. Then I have to go on the heading section. I'm just going to select heading number 1 here. So this is the main heading, which is heading number 1. Now my text has changed color. I want it to be black, so I'm just going to make it black here and also increase the font to 24. So now this is now being treated as a table entry, right? As a title or a table entry which is worthy to have in the table of contents by the software because we've made it a heading. Then let me do the same here. The subheading, however, I want it to be heading number 2. So heading number 2 is like a subheading, which is a heading below the main heading. Then I also want the text to be black. Then this one I also want it to be heading number 2 as well. So you can have multiple subheadings. You can have heading number 1. You can also have a subheading which is heading number 2. You can have another subheading of the subheading which is heading number 3. You can nest these headings as many as you want. So this one I'm going to make it heading number 2 as well, and the text is going to be black. So now if I go on my table of contents here and if I update the table of contents, you can see that it now picks these headings here. So they're now picked here. So I now have my table of contents easily. So now I want to have the table of the list of tables. So to be able to have the list of tables, the process that I've just done here to have the table of contents is very similar, only that I'll be doing the same process this time for actual tables. So again, a list of tables is just like table of contents for tables, right? It's content for tables basically, right? I hope you guys can understand me. So I have to go to references. Then I have to go to my table. This here, this is supposed to be the heading of my table, or maybe you can say the caption of my table. This is treated as a normal text again. This is why it won't be picked as a table. So I have to change this to a caption. If I change this to a caption, then it's going to be picked as a table. So how do I do that exactly? I highlight the text, then, or maybe just click the table, then go on the section which says insert caption. As you can see, automatically I'm going to have table number 1. Now of course you can select, if this is like a figure, you can select it as a figure or maybe as an equation, but to me this is a table, so I'm going to select as a table. Then on next to table number 1, I'm going to add the caption, which is my first table. Then I'm going to save. So I've got my first table, which is table number 1. Now of course you can delete this one if you want, because it's no longer necessary. Then let me go to table number 2. I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to insert the caption. Automatically it's going to pick that we are now at table number 2. Then this is going to be my caption, table number 2. I'm going to delete this. Again, I can change the color of this to just black. Let me do the same here. The color is just going to be black. So now let me try to automatically generate a list of tables here and see if I'm going to pick anything. Again, I have to go to references. Then I'm going to go to insert tables here, table of figures. Then just press OK. As you can see, I now have got list of my tables, which is table number 1, table number 2. You can just give it a title and say list of tables. Just like that, you're done. Thank you.